Manipal and Renuka, ready!
How is everybody here? Glad to be here. Whew. Welcome to Gala Kumar Winter Conference / Dream Night. Let me see you guys. How many of you have been for the first time you're here, guys? Can I hear from the first timers? First timers. Just first timers, guys. Guys, listen. Make sure what you had seen this weekend, guys. What you had seen and heard this weekend, make sure you don't forget that. You just make sure that you don't forget what you heard this weekend. This weekend, guys, you heard nothing but the truth from people who have built a business. Yes, guys. This was in fact many years back. Winter conference is our first function. That was in DC too, right? That was in DC, I thought, or Richmond. Richmond Center. Not this many people. Maybe 1/3 of this room. They used to have round tables just to make sure that the room is occupied, to give a feeling like that. Can you imagine? That's pretty much a Brit East Coast Winter Conference at the time. Look at where we are in a short few years, guys. In fact, the Gala team, this is the one of the 5 winter conferences that are happening right now. Guys, listen. We are so excited to be here. Renuka and myself are just fired up, pumped up, moving on in a very big way, and it's so good to see you guys. Let me tell you one thing, guys. If you are here in this room tonight, you are somebody very special. I'm telling you, you are special. You know why you're special? Because you made the decision to come here. There were so many opportunities that you could have said no to. Not only you said yes to the opportunity, you got the ticket, you're here, you put yourself in a position to learn. Folks, very few people in this world get an opportunity like this. Very few people in this world, guys. A lot of people say no to things that they don't even know what they're saying no to. Really. A lot of people just say no, they just don't know what they're saying no to. But you know what? Common sense prevailed and you are here. And truly, guys, when you leave tomorrow night, you go back with the feeling that, man, the next 12 to 24 months is going to be my time. Next 12 to 24 months is going to be my time. I'm going to make it happen. That's the feeling that you go back, man. I'm telling you, you heard of this weekend stories like Dave and Christine last night. In less than in 5 years, guys, they went from nobody to diamond. And we heard other stories too, where they were nobody but moved on to diamond ships too. Guys, I'm telling you, it can be done. It can be done. Let me tell you one thing, guys. If you are in this room, you are part of a very, very fast growing organization. Absolutely. You are. We are pumped up, guys. We are pumped up. And as you had seen the video from the house, the video in fact was taken a week or 10 days before we actually moved into the house. You know what? We knew it was a big house. It was planned, and it was kind of, we delayed it forever, guys. We had the similar picture on the refrigerator for a long time. You know what? I knew it was a big time. It was a big house. I knew for sure. But you know what? When I really realized it's a big house, we've been living in that house for the last 4 months now, 3 to 4 months now, and the utility bills started coming. Okay, I'm paying the utility bills. Okay, the utility bills are almost or little more than what I used to pay for the mortgage in the old house. And if that's not enough, people who come to the house, it's not like a cleaning person or cleaning lady. There's a cleaning crew comes. It's not that people who shower the snow and everything, it's not one person. Everything is crew. Everything is crew. That's when I realized that, when I'm writing the checks, In fact, I'm not yet that computerized where everything's automatic. I mean, I like, I'm a little bit still old-fashioned. I like to write the checks to see where my money is going. But you know what, folks? This is, to us, simple guys. Simple guys like Manipal and Renuka Reddy, coming from literally nowhere, build this business. We both are financially free completely. We literally, guys, I'm telling you, she's been free for the last 10 years now. Since November 95, she doesn't have a job. I've been free since 1997. I mean, Sugit talked about 4 years he's been free. Guys, listen, every diamond who came on the stage, they're free, guys. There's something different about being free. There's something different owning you. There's something different not being controlled by somebody else. I mean, you know what? I'll tell you what. We had good education, like most of you here, we are engineers, we have good degrees, masters in computer science. We literally did what they told us to do. Grow up, get a good education, get a good job. Your life will be set. Thank God, Sudhir and Sulpa thought of us. I'll tell you guys, when Sudhir called me at my work that afternoon, I was fired up. I was fired. I didn't know what I was fired about. But I had respect for Sudhir. I liked Sudhir. He's a good guy. And if Sudhir was into it, I'll tell you what, I was automatically would be into something. I don't know what it was in. It was, I'll tell you, you're looking for somebody like me who wants to be with you all the time. I saw the plan, got an opportunity to meet people like Praveen and Madhu Cheda. And I'll tell you what, initial days were very, very special for us, guys. In fact, you know what, folks? I'll tell you, like most of you here, when people join this business, most of you don't have any idea about how to run a business, how to, maintain a business, separate accounts, and how to, there are a lot of things that we are not aware of because we are not trained to be business owners. We're trained to work for somebody else. All throughout our life, we were trained to report to somebody else. When we joined the business, we teach you the responsibility. We teach you the priorities about business, priorities about life. There's a big little shift that need to take place for you to move on in this business, guys. The shift of employee mentality to the business ownership mentality has to take place. Okay, and I remember the time, I'll tell you what, folks, the reason why we moved on in the business is because, guys, we always maintained that innocence phase. Always. In fact, I'll tell you what, where we used to go to Praveen and Madhu's house, what you hear about, I don't know why. Every time I used to go to Praveen's house, man, I used to feel hungry. I'll tell you, Praveen is a smart guy. You know what he has done? He made sure that, he had given us the liberty to kind of open the fridge, eat, and then, you know what? I would do follow-ups to anybody and everybody. We didn't know who upline was, crossline was, downline was. We were just excited about something. We were excited, that's all. Then, the PACE meeting starts and, promotion about the tools. And, yes, you're right. When you heard the statement that me and Kumar, we used to go to PACE meetings, man, I'll tell you what, some days our weight of the tapes and books used to be much bigger than the products. We will literally fight for the tapes. We are literally at a competition about who is going to go there first and pick up those extra tapes. And I'll tell you, we literally learned our basics in that basement. Praveen Madhu's basement is a very special place in our hearts. In fact, Kumar and Anjali grew up there in this business. In fact, literally all my frontline grew up there. And through them, we met this special couple called as Kanti and Lata Gala. We literally call them legends in the business because they are legends in the business. They have done something very, very special that a lot of people, just either did not do, or it's not that they could not do, but a lot of people have not done that. The reason I believe Kanti and Lata have done what they have done, guys, is because they always stayed true to the business. They always maintained that innocence phase. They always stayed, I'll tell you what, they always maintained that, you see Kanti being innocent all the time. You know, I'll tell you what, I used to, I still say that. In fact, if Bill Britt today, if he has to pick up his top 2, 3, 4 students in his business, guys, I would say that Kanti and Lata would be right there. Absolutely. In fact, not only here, guys, they're literally filling colosseums throughout the country. And we just came back, I just came back from FEDs in India. And literally, guys, Kanti and Lata's business, probably 60 to 70% of India business comes under Kanti and Lata's business. Guys, it didn't happen overnight. Let me tell you one thing. They stayed through this business. And you know what? We are definitely fortunate to be following leadership like that. And we'll tell you what, without the system, without BWW system, without the company, we would not be here, guys. They're multi-billionaires, guys. The owners are multi-billionaires. Debt-free corporation. And PWW organization, guys, folks, you can build a business by yourself to a certain extent. You can put a team of 50, 60, 100 people together and you can groom them. That's about it. But if you want to go emerald and diamond and beyond diamondship, and if you want to have an organization like us, and if you want to have business globally like how we have, folks, without the system, without the leadership, without the mentorship, it would not happen, guys. So that's the reason, guys, we always thank what Bill and Peggy Britt have done, guys. Bill and Peggy Britt have dedicated their life to this business. Absolutely. We'll never forget what they have done. I'm telling you, guys, because of what they have done, most of our lives today are much better. Guys, I'm telling you, you're at the right time, right place. You're absolutely at the right time, right place, guys. You know what? Kumar and Anjali, what an organization that they've built. What an organization that they built, guys. I'm telling you. In fact, many years back, Bill Britt or somebody was talking about, our corporation was talking about, how a model organization is built. You know what? I would say today, they talked about it, one of the top diamonds organization at that time. But today, guys, I tell you, if the corporation has to take out the model organization, I would say that Kumar's organization, would come up right there, guys. I'll tell you what, you hang out with Kumar and Anjali, I'll tell you right now, our new house is just 2 miles. And if let's say if I get on my roof and he gets on his roof, we can say hi, In fact, I'll tell you what, I call him, say that, hey, are you home? Okay, will you drop me back at my home? I say, fine, what's happening? So if I'm in a mood to walk, I walk down about 2.5 to 3 miles. I like that. But I tell you what, people like them, guys. This world, I believe it's better off because of people like Kumar and Anjali. This business is better off because people like Kumar and Anjali. Kankan and Samina are very, very special friends of ours, guys. Very special friends. I'm telling you, right from day one, somehow we got kind of taken a liking to each other because somehow something happened, and we always kind of respected them, what they have done, and what Kankan and Samina brought this organization, guys. They got that youth into the organization. They got that energy, that excitement. What you see right now. Kankan and Samina were responsible in the initial days for sure, and then Gala team has never to look back. And then you had heard Sugit and Kajal Ajmani. My goodness, Sugit and Kajal, guys. I was with him, with Sugit in Hyderabad and in Mumbai, and backstage, I'll tell you what. If I'm telling Sugit, I'll tell you in Sugit, guys, you see somebody who's a fighter. You see him like very nice, very expressive, very jovial, and very comedian-like thing. But you know what? He has a fighting spirit, guys. He has. You had seen how he has built the emerald ship and the diamond ship and the executive diamond ship, guys. He's right there. We are so proud to have Sugit and Kajal as new EDCs. We are so proud to have Kumar and Anjali as new double diamonds, the first one in the Gala team. And I'll tell you what, special friends like Vishal and Sonika just moved in. I'll tell you, our county is getting richer and richer, man. Because Vishal and Sonika just moved into our neighborhood few months back. Again, passion. You see, when you see Vishal and Sonika, the fight, the passion. Nothing but the truth. He doesn't hesitate to tell the truth. I like that personality. Okay, Sanjeev and Shauna Sahai. I'm telling you, great couple, guys. Great couple, good friends. I mean, again, we heard, so many of you heard stories about Sanjeev's work ethic, driving the miles all over the country, all over the place. That's true, guys. The reason these guys have what they have, guys, right from the very beginning, guys, I believe their priorities were right. I believe they knew why they were building the business. They were not looking for any compromises. Each one of these personalities are different. If you look at AJ and Alka Auri, AJ is, again, kind of, you look at him as a corporate guy, look at heavy, tough guy, but he's little teddy bear inside. Really. We have so much fun with him playing tennis, and in fact, me and Kumar and AJ, we have, three of us have a common trainer, the physical trainer. Like he keeps all of us in shape. At least that's what he thinks so. We do our best, okay? And I tell you, it's difficult, man. You go all these places. How can you keep track? But you know what? How can you keep in fit? We are doing our best. Okay? And the Rama and Ramesh and Thana Krishnan guys. Again, guys, literally they came from nowhere to Diamond Ship last year because they were just a decision away from that. Good people, guys. You know what, guys? All these are good people. They had one thing in common, guys, with all of you. They had something called as a dream. Today is a winter conference. What's our dream night? You know what? All of us started with a zero PV in our account. Okay? Nobody gave it to us. Everybody earned the right to be on the stage, speak to you. Everybody had to fight the fight. Okay? Everybody, they all had to take so many no's. In fact, I'll tell you what, some of us have some situations or gone through some situations in the past that we cannot even say from the stage. But you know what? The common characteristics of winners, guys, they still fight the fight and make it happen. Happy New Year, 2006 just getting started. If you come back January 2007, what would you say we have done so far? You know what, last year, what we have done, guys? Last year, I'm telling you, we had gone to, last year, you know what, there was a special year for us. Last year, my brother and sister-in-law in India went diamond last year in India. This year we have a young diamond in India, 21. He joined the business when he was 21, went diamond 25. He had over 6,000 people coming to functions, went diamond this year. Okay, last year what happened? We were at Diamond at EDC Club. We were in Malaysia. We were in UK, in Orlando. We were in Dallas. We went to Greenbrier. We were in Las Vegas. These are all the trips. Except one trip, the Las Vegas was the recent trip that we have taken care of just for our family. But other than that, every trip is expense paid. Why? Because we have a huge business here. We have founders emeralds in India. We have 2 Q2 legs in UK market. And we have business all over the place, guys. Why? It was not overnight, but we understood that the business is the priority for us initially. And what we have done, guys, is we put the business and the job. When we joined the business, guys, we were not sure exactly to what extent the business could take us, whether we would be successful or not, whether we'll make it diamond. We were not sure. But you know, guys, we had that element of sincerity in us. We had that element of faith in us where, hey, it could happen. We didn't know. We did not have all these answers to so many questions that people had. But all we knew, guys, is when we came to functions like this, when we heard the speakers, we listened to them. Our hope was, hey, what if it could work? We never doubted anybody. We never doubted anybody. I'm telling you, guys, this business has taught us so many things. In fact, I'll tell you what. You know what we did? Through the association, through the friendships here, through the books and the CDs, and your thought process changes, guys. I'm telling you, recently we were in. This is so funny, guys. This is so funny that we were in Las Vegas with four family members, 4 different families. Okay. And we are used to, when me and Kumar and Kanti, all of us, when we go out, we just don't look at, how much a bill, you owe me this, just one of us kind of takes care like that. That's how we spend money. And, so when it came to the time to pay the bill, I just kind of, there were 12 people there, and I just gave my Visa card there. And then when the time came to that, when that guy came back, he came back with three cards in that thing. I called him back and I said, so it looks like it's somebody else's, and I gave it back to him. He said, no, it's not, it's yours. I said, no, I just gave one Visa card. Where the other two comes from? You know what, my cousins, they went ahead and they gave 2 Visa cards to them. I said, what for? I said, they told the guy to split into 3. Then you know what? When I was an employee, I was thinking like that. And in fact, they were so surprised. Oh, you don't do that in your business like this? I said, we don't do that in a business like that. When friends go together, we take care of each other. Guys, I'm telling you, it's different. It's different. In fact, a few days back, we were in New Jersey, in a mall called Short Hills Mall. Okay, I'll tell you what, I like that mall because in about 1 hour we can get the shopping done. We are Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom, St. John's. There's 3 shops right next to each other. Okay, 3 shops. 1 hour our shopping was done. I get a call from American Express. You know what the call is about. Sir, are you okay? Is the card? Where have you been going? And a series of questions. I told him, I'm okay. How about you? Are you okay? Then he figured out. I said, don't worry. My wife, me and my wife are together in this mall. It's the right charges. Guys, this is awesome. I'm telling you. When the money keeps coming, it keeps coming. The question is, when you start the business, when you are new, when you are just getting started, do you have the same belief? Do you have the same belief, guys? Do you have make sure that, guys, listen, there is, the reason we come across the stage, show the videos, talk about the lifestyle is because, let you know that, guys, if you do what we have done, you will have what we have, and you could have more than what we have. This is the only business that can say that, guys. No matter who you are, what you have done, what the background is, how long you've been in the business, guys. Next 2-3 years, if you decide to make some changes in your life, next 2-3 years could be the magic in your business. I have 2 more things to cover, but you know what? I'll tell you what. This is the partnership, guys. The beauty of this business is the partnership, the relationships. We are not perfect, but you know what? We are much better than when we started the business. And when we started the business initially, she has nothing to do with the business. She was a professional, masters in computer science, Bell Labs, computers, beeper. She had that something called status. Me, I said, man, I could not see working for somebody else. I could not see working for somebody else. When the business came, man, I kissed the business. I hugged the business. It was meant for me. Whereas for her, it's not. She has nothing to do with it. But folks, coming from that aspect to the aspect of her understand the business today is much better. She loves the business. She loves the people. She respects the leaders. She is just one phenomenal, awesome EDC bride. Renuka, reddy.
Thank you, Manipal. Happy New Year to all of you. Really, it's a great feeling to be spending the first few weeks of this year, a new beginning, with all of you this weekend. And, Manipal just talked about wealth mentality and, how we have changed, how we have personally changed, becoming wealthy. It's not just, I always say this, that it's not just about money or the material things, but the money does change the way you think about yourself, your life, your environment, your community, and everything else. You become a different person, and I can say this with authority that you become a better person. Because you're not constantly spending all your creative energy thinking about how to chase a dollar bill. You're thinking about different things, guys. And that makes you a better human being. No matter what people outside of this auditorium say, I think money is a great thing because it frees up your time. And time is the most precious thing in this world. I was just having this talk as soon as the New Year, the countdown happened, and we were hosting a party for about 25, 15-year-olds. I can't believe that my son, Kedar, is 15, and, I keep... I feel 15 still, so it's it's a little bit of a challenge for me to think that I have a 15-year-old son. But we are all very young at heart. But we were hosting this New Year's party for these 25 kids at home, and everybody kept asking, "How can you do it?" I said, "How can't you do it? We are like one of them, enjoying the party because we think young. Money can buy you that, guys." the peace of mind to think young. And when after the kids all left and went home, I sat down my 2 kids, 15-year-old and a 10-year-old, and made them write their goals for this year. And if it's important for them, I believe it's important for each and every one of you too. Sit down and take time out to write down what it is that you really want in your life. 90% of the time, the thing is, the challenge is to figuring out what it is that you want. I would say 70% of the times the problem is figuring out what you want. The rest 20% of the problem is figuring out what you're willing to give up to make that happen. And 10% is getting into the discipline of making that happen. Guys, these 3 things, if you can figure it out, you have it made. Diamondship is a piece of cake after that. Figure out what it is you want in every aspect of your life. You want to do some things that related to money, put it on a piece of paper. You want to achieve some things that related to time, put it on a piece of paper. You want to do some things that related to your health, which again translates to time and money most of the times. Put it on a piece of paper. You want to build up on certain relationships, it's based on time, put it on a piece of paper. You want to do some things that you want to personally change to be a better person, write that down. That will give you a clear idea of what you want to accomplish in life, and then this year particularly, guys. Goal setting becomes easy once you have that down. Again, what I keep looking back at thinking, what did we do to make it happen for us in this business particularly? What changes did we do? Because we were not such confident people to begin with. Especially I was never this confident. To hold a mic and speak in front of people was not certainly something I liked doing, or for the longest time. And I didn't feel comfortable with it. And when I was given the opportunity, I would stammer and blurt out something and get away from there. That was me. But you know what? You have to overcome your fears. Whatever that fear may be. Whether it may be related to contacting or to retail or meeting people, whatever that fear may be, conquer your fears. The only thing that sets all of you apart from people sitting on this side of the curtain is they overcame their fears before you did. That's all it is. Guys, identify your fears and overcome them. Recently, many of you, I've shared this in the past, that last year I had fallen down and I had a knee surgery and all that stuff. That was last November. And 3 weeks back, I was trying to do something and fell down on a piece of ice, slipped and injured myself again. Last year when I really got hurt and I tore my ligament, I was not upset because that was the first time it ever happened to me. I fell down, my knee was swollen, I iced it, an hour later I was doing whatever I was doing. But this time when I fell down, I know what the consequences of something like that can be. I was so fearful, I was so upset for doing something so stupid. And because I know the pain of the surgery, I know the pain of going through physical therapy and all that stuff. I have experienced that pain, and I don't ever want to do that again. And by the way, when I fell down, the first people I called up were Kumar and Anjali and Alka, and told them that, I fell down, I need help because I couldn't walk. Manipal was in India at the time. And of course, Anjali heard it very clearly that I fell down in my balcony in the new house. And by the time Kumar called back, he says, "You fell out of the balcony?" And then when the message went down 10 deep in their organization, it is that Renuka fell out of her balcony, but Manipal had this $1 million rubber plant placed down there strategically, so she bounced off it and went back up, okay? So anything, guys, all that happened was I fell down. But the thing is, the point I'm trying to make is, for me, my motivation was fear. When the first time I lost my job, I never wanted to be in that position ever again. And I hope all of you feel the same way. I don't feel like getting that sick feeling, sick knot in your stomach. Again, I'm worried about downsizing or being fired or things like that, guys. How long are you going to wait and let somebody else control your life? How many times do you want to go through that process? It's not a great thing to be in somebody's shoes when they're going to be told that they're not needed there anymore. How many times are you going to put yourself through that pain again? Especially if you know how it feels like, how bitter it is. Guys, take control of your future. No time like now, you know. How can you live with that insecurity, you know? We always said that, you know, let's start building this business with a passion. You know, we started saying that we are going to give this business the same priority level as our job. Initially, that's how we started. Whatever we did, whatever decisions we made related to our work, we had the same rules for this business. If it meant that if my parents were going to arrive, it doesn't matter if our parents or relatives or whoever was going to come on a plane on a Monday afternoon at 12 o'clock and I couldn't go to pick them up because I had a job, they wouldn't be coming at 7 p.m. on a Tuesday night because that was my open night. And I couldn't go there to the airport to pick them up. They better choose a different flight. The same priority level. If I had to go to the post office, something as simple as that, if I didn't do it between my work hours, I didn't do it between my business hours, my prime time business hours. Same rules applied. Until the point, I'll tell you, as we started moving on this business at platinum level and ruby and emerald, then we started giving more priority to the business. But until then, it was the same priority level. Our life was very clear. The priorities become very clear when you place a value on the business, guys. If the kids went to a babysitter 9 to 5 and we had an open that night, they went to a babysitter 7 to 10. Whatever time, or 7 to 11. Guys, we didn't worry about paying the price. We didn't shortcut the shortcut as it is, you know. If we had an argument as we were stepping out of the house and we went to work that day, we had an argument getting into the car, going to the open meeting that day, we went anyway. Oh my goodness, you should see our house, in our old house. You know, I may look very petite and small and all, but man, you get on the wrong side of me. You'll see I didn't hit Manipal, but I'll tell you, there are so many broken pans in our house, you know, and, you know, broken utensils, they tell a different story. But, you know, we would be so mad with each other to the point that we would step into the car, not look at each other also, go to the open meeting, all smiles, all being nice to everybody, come back, and the fight would continue in the car again. You know, the cold look, you know. Oh my goodness. Manipal is a very patient guy, you know. He's proved that we've been married for almost 20 years, you know. But guys, again, discipline. How do you get into this discipline? It was very tempting, you know, with many things. If it was your favorite, reality show coming on TV that evening versus forcing yourself to go get out of the house to make a contact or go do a SAM session or whatever it may be. Getting out of the house. You know, but because nothing's going to happen in the business if you're going to sit on the couch. Again, if your kids are hanging on to your legs as you step out of the house, you're all set and ready to leave, and they're saying, please mommy, today, please don't go. And you're crying inside too, just like them. But are you making the decision in spite of that feeling to step out and build the business? Because you know that it is for their future. Guys, there's no price to pay for the success. I'll tell you, the kind of peace of mind we have, guys. When we talk about the quality of time we have with our kids, it's priceless. Few weeks back, last 2 months back, Kedar invited 15 of his friends for a sleepover. And these are teenagers. I don't know where those hormones come from, but you know, at 1:30 in the night, they're awake and saying, Dad, can you take us to the 7-Eleven or the Wawa actually close to us because we want to get something to eat. How many dads are there? And this was a weeknight, the kids were off school. They're not worried about going to work tomorrow at 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the night. You're driving 8 kids in your van to take them to Wawa, to treat them. and the kids come back saying, this was the best sleepover ever. You know, just for those little things. Guys, kids' birthdays. We never celebrated our kids' birthdays on the real birthday for the longest time. We still don't. It's based on, guys, as long as you have a great birthday and you have a celebration and you appreciate them for who they are, they don't care which day the birthday is celebrated. We haven't celebrated many of our anniversaries. As a matter of fact, most of the times our anniversary in August, we are never together because of our traveling. But you know what? The rest of the year is our anniversary. How would you like to celebrate your anniversary each and every day of the week and of the year? I was just hearing this. How do you balance your life? And in this business, balance is extremely essential to building this business. Balancing between your family duty as a mom or wife, at home as a daughter, and as a business partner, you have to learn to balance everything. But the character is when you know how to balance and to shift the balance as needed. Shifting of the balance is also very important based on what's needed today. Learn to be very flexible, guys. Again, I don't have a lot of time. I just want to share this thing. I read this story about a professor who brought a jar of an empty mayonnaise jar, a glass jar, into class one day. He filled it up with approximately 2-inch rocks. He then asked the students if the jar was full, and they agreed that it was. Next, he picked up a box of pebbles and poured them into the jar. The pebbles, of course, rolled into the areas open in between the rocks. He then asked the students again if the jar was full or empty. They sure agreed that it was full. Next, he picked up a box of sand and poured it into the jar. Of course, the sand filled up everything else. He again asked the students if the jar was full. They all said yes. The professor then produced two glass bottles and then poured them into the jar, effectively filling up the empty spaces in between the sand. And now he asked them, what do you think this is? It's a full jar. Now I want you to recognize that this jar represents life. The rocks are the important things in your life. Your family, your partner, your health, your children. Things that if everything else was lost and only they remained in your life would still be full. The pebbles, on the other hand, are things that matter, like your job, your house, your car. The sand is everything else, the small stuff. Guys, many times, if we put the sand into the jar first, it would fill it up. The small stuff would fill up all our time. There is no room, then there will be no room for the pebbles or the rock. The same goes for your life. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, you will never have room for the things that are most important to you. Pay attention to things that are critical to your happiness. Play with your children. Take time to take care of your health. Take time to take care of your future. There will always be time to go to work, clean the house, give a dinner party, and fix the faucet. Take care of the rocks first, the things that really matter. Set your priorities. We love you. Come join us at EDC Club.
Okay, guys, I'm telling you. Well, you heard so many things so far, guys. Remember one thing, guys. If you always keep doing what you have always done, if you continue to do the same thing, you always have what you always had. If you don't want some things to be different, you got to do some things differently. So you got to ask yourself about what are your priorities in life. Renuka spoke about family, but finances. Guys, I'm telling you, if you really want a business like ours, if you want financial security, you better put your, act in the right places in terms of spending time with the right people. Okay, where do you see yourself coming back from the next function? Okay, what kind of structure you want? Guys, listen, somebody already mentioned the business saying that, it's a 90-day period, guys. AJ did the talk of 90 days. Every 90 days, do you measure your business? Sense of urgency, guys. You know what? Yes, procrastination. Some things you got to put off. You know what? When the kids were little, they did not do any sports. Now they're different. We are a little more free. They do actively participate in sports. Why? Because we paid the price. We paid the price, guys. Set high standards, guys. Set high standards. You got to ask yourself, what are your values? What do you stand for? What's your mission? Ask yourself, what is the most valuable use of my time right now? What is the most valuable use of your time right now? Don't waste time, guys. We all have 24 hours time. Some people do a lot of things. Self-discipline, guys. You got to be self-disciplined to move on the business, guys. You got to strive to be better. You know what? Decide upon one major definite purpose in life. One major purpose. And organize everything else around it, guys. You know what? One major purpose should be to go diamond. You know what? Whatever it is, guys, I believe you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. The question is, will you do it? You know what? We have awesome teachers. We have awesome teachers like Kuli and Meena Desai here. You know, passionate people like TD and Suparna Datta here. I mean, guys, this gala team represents a complete package of different personalities, a complete package of different kinds of leadership, different kinds of teaching. Okay, guys, I truly believe you do not have to look too far behind these people, guys. They have. I mean, you know what? The tapes, the CDs that you get, guys, you got the best of the best, everything, guys. It's a question of whether you prioritize your finances, your time, and your life, and get the act together, the relationship at home, husband and wife. If you do these basic, simple things, guys, you can conquer this business. You can conquer this world. And business will be more fun to build it, guys. I'm telling you, every dream of will come true. The only question that you have is, for 2 to 3 years, guys, will you be passionate about the business for 2 to 3 years? Okay, come back next function. Come back next function with 2 more legs and see the excitement, guys. Come join us.